Hello. Thank you for joining me. I picked this up about a week ago, and it's a Life magazine about Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder was an actor and a comic, a film legend for many of us. And he was born in 1933, and he passed away in 2016. One of his most iconic roles was Willy Wonka. He's known for being romantically linked with Gilda Radner, a fellow comic and film star. Worked with Mel Brooks a great deal. And there he is, as Willy Wonka, in his Candyland. I love the sets of those old movies because you know that they really built the set. It wasn't a CGI. It's just neat to see it take to build everything. Of course, in there, in one of his candy making machines. And reading about him, he was a very, he'd be very sweet, but very emotional, and it would come out in a lot of his performances. And there he is. He says, "My analyst says acting is better than running naked in Central Park." Well, okay. With the Oompa Loompas and all those orange faces. And the older one. Online, he was on Broadway as Billy in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It was in 63, I believe. Harris Gene in The Producers, 67. You can see his face. He looks at Luna back in the 60s movie. Looking at the sheet here. Daisy. A picture from one of my favorite movies of his, Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. With fellow legend Richard Pryor, as the gentleman in the hat, and they both worked very well together. They just had a chemistry that's it's very funny together. Definitely a wonderful pairing. It's Gene Wilder in later life with his wife Karen. They were married for 2.5 decades, 25 years. Everyone pictures him with Gilda Radner, and it isn't surprising, but he spent a long time with his final wife. It's a very young picture. I can't believe how young he looks here. All that hair. There's many. See him in play. Lots of stage work, and that's a picture of his second wife, he says. It's a long time ago in 69. And from Bonnie and Clyde. I didn't remember that Gene Wilder was in Bonnie and Clyde because the only thing I remember from that movie is the death scene at the very end where Bonnie and Clyde get shot. I should watch it again. In this suit and costume check, I guess, where they would see if the outfit looked okay. There's Mr. Wonka yet again. It says Wonka, between reality and ruse, in leading a rendition of a classic children's book, Wilder created a movie masterpiece. A very iconic scene where they are going into the tunnel. And when I was little, I was fascinated by his insanity and his absolute glee at scaring everyone else. And that river of chocolate, I wanted to taste it and to try all the candies. Can you imagine if they were suckers that big, that were just normal, easily accessible? All the kids there. The young boy that played Charlie. You see in the shot, you can see that Gene Wilder has very blue eyes. Had very blue eyes. And the book is based on and people say that the book is better, but you have to remember that a movie is always an adaptation, not a, carbon copy. I wish more people would get that. And with Mel Brooks, another legend. Fan of a lot of Mel Brooks's older work. Well, a lot of his work is older, but like younger, like 60s, 70s. Another Mel Brooks regular there. Ula from the producers boogieing down, and Mel Brooks showing them how to dip Ula. He was a very, Mel Brooks was a very particular director. I guess he knew what he wanted. He just wanted you to do it that way. That's what I heard. I'm not an actress, so. Another shot from the producers. I'm very worried about Springtime for Hitler. If you haven't seen the producers, please watch it. The older one. And Blazing Saddles, of course. And I say, "What's your name?" He asked him. And he said, "Well, my name is Jim, but most people call me Jim." Probably my second favorite Mel Brooks film was Blazing Saddles. People in the middle. Another great pairing together. But my favorite Mel Brooks next film is Young Frankenstein. And I love Gene Wilder as Dr. Frankenstein. Or Dr. Frankenstein. Marty Feldman. And Peter Boyle is the monster. Terry Garr. The lecture scene at the beginning of the movie, another brilliant performance. And the putting on the Ritz number with Dr. Frankenstein and the monster. Very iconic. Of course, Madeline Kahn as the fiancée that will not give him any. But again, you have to watch the movie to know what happens. Another with Wilder and Pryor. Comic chemistry. I'm working so hard on movie sets. See, they did really well together on screen. I don't know how close they were off screen though. Which it's always interesting to see how people are in real life as opposed to what they bring together on screen. And then the very famous pairing of Gene Wilder with Gelda Radner. She died. And when she passed away, Gene Wilder expressed not just sadness, but surprise. He said that he always thought she would pull through, and when she didn't, it was just a shock for him. Which I just thought so sad. But there they are, and I think this was Haunted Honeymoon. Back another cute movie. I only remember the line about the passion lipstick, though. There they are kissing. Right. And from Hanky Panky, that movie. There they are again. And there's Gene Wilder. It's the first Gilda's Club in New York City. It's a charity. I was really moved by Radner's death, and they just wanted to dedicate his time and money to helping for research of ovarian cancer, and he just wanted to help try to prevent more deaths by it, which I think was just lovely on his part. And here he is again in later life. And again them playing in the pit of bowls. And he's home at his table. Not a lot of people realize that Gene Wilder wrote novels towards the end of his life, along with painting with watercolors. And he's holding My French Whore, one of his books. And there's him and his third wife, Karen. And the last picture would be him in the tree. And it's from 1974, and quote from Gene Wilder in The Little Prince says, "It's only with the heart that one can see clearly. What's essential is invisible to the eye." And of course a picture from my favorite, Young Frankenstein, Die Inge, going down to see where the music is coming from. So thank you for looking at the pictures of this with me today. I hope you enjoyed it as I did, and hopefully see you soon again. Good night.